Hey guys, just thought I'd jump on and do a super quick video. Obviously I'm always still learning new things all the time when it comes to kind of Jaden's journey and my journey and our journey. So yeah, this week I've heard of something that I've never heard of before, and I have always said that, maybe not always, but the last couple of years, since I'd heard of PDA, which for anyone that doesn't know is pathological demand avoidance. So I was about to say percent, I've no idea what the percentage is, but a lot of autistic children really struggle with demands, as in, well, it could be anything: go upstairs, brush your teeth, any kind of thing that they consider to be a loss of control. It's not something obviously that I'm a specialist in the slightest on, but PDA is a very real thing, and a lot of autistic children, and then obviously going into adults, really struggle with it, and obviously it makes school very difficult and all those kind of things. But I've always said Jaden has the polar opposite. Now, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that there was something that was the exact opposite, but it is, and I've only seen it this week because God, I can't think of her name. Autism Diaries on Facebook. Yeah, her name's completely gone out of my head. I don't know what her name is. Sorry. Autism Diaries, yeah, absolutely amazing. Her son has, I believe, autism and ADHD and PDA. And she's now going down the route of an ADHD diagnosis for herself. And she was talking about this thing called, oh God, what's it called? Emotional resilience dysphoria. I think I've got that right. If I haven't, I'll put it in the description at the bottom. As you can tell, I'm really tired. Yeah, so this is Jaden to an absolute T, and it is more so associated with ADHD, which, I mean, we've never ruled out ADHD, but it's not something that I've really considered with Jade. But yeah, it's basically, it's handling that emotion of any kind of thing that you consider to be a rejection or a criticism, which Jade, I mean, recently it's becoming more of an issue in terms of the way he's spoken to, the way he talks to me, and those kind of things. But if we go right back to when, so back when he was non-verbal, he was maybe 18 months old, the rejection side of it has always been there, always. If I walked through the door, so I've been at work, or through the door, obviously back then he didn't understand what I was saying to him, but they say regardless of whether he understood or not, I could have shopping bags in my hand, you know, I'd walk past him to put the shopping bags down. If I didn't pick him up instantly, if I didn't cuddle him the second I got through the door, if he wasn't my first priority the second I got through the door, the next hour of my life was, you know, he was screaming, he was punching, he was kicking, he was completely distraught. And, you know, I could be absolutely dying for the toilet, but I couldn't just go in and go to the toilet. I had to give him that attention straight away, or it was that rejection instantly. More recently, it's kind of, I don't know what the word is, morphing. It's becoming something completely different. What it is to us now is the slightest little, not even criticism, you know, he pulls the dog a bit. You have to be so careful how you, I mean, I wouldn't say that I never discipline him, but to an extent he doesn't ever, or he's only very recently beginning to go against anything I say. You know, if he asks if he can do something and I say no, he wouldn't even consider doing it. So yeah, a tiny little criticism now could, you know, I can't think of an example. He gets very distressed, you know, if he's got milk down his, when he eats cereal, he struggles not to, you know, soak his top in milk. And if it was Ella, and it is that difficult thing of obviously you treat them differently, blah blah, but if it was Ella and I'd be like, oh God, please just try and be a bit more careful, you know, try to get milk down. If I said that to Jaden, at the moment, the point that we're at is he would say, well, I may as well die. I shouldn't be here. I can't be here. I need to leave. I need to go. I need to die. And it is very disproportionate. Is that the word I'm looking for? His reactions to any kind of anything that he sees as a rejection or a criticism are way, yeah, hugely magnified to what I hate to use the word, but a normal reaction. You know, Ella would probably just laugh or say something silly or spell it differently, but Jaden, any kind of, yeah, criticism, rejection, anything like that, and it is obviously to do with emotional maturity, emotional being in control of your emotions, essentially. That quick change of everything's fine, and then all of a sudden it's the end of the world, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen, and all those kind of things. And like everything, I look at it and I'm like, holy shit, that's me. That's completely, totally, and utterly me for my entire life. And I how do I even explain myself? It will say work. Let's just keep it as a basic and say in work terms. One tiny little criticism. I mean, I was such a perfectionist in my work anyway, but one tiny little, tiny, nothing. I mean, there isn't. I'm not obviously bad at my job, but there's going to be times when people just say, "Oh, what you did last time, I wasn't quite sure. Maybe we'll do it a bit different this time," or just something tiny, can just set me up, like ruin my entire day, change my mood like instantly. And obviously my personal life, like on whole different levels of any kind of rejection or fear of rejection or like any of those. I mean, like everything, there's obviously a mixture of some things are trauma responses, some things are based on previous experiences, traumas, whatever. But yeah, I would definitely say that it's in me. And Jaden, like, yeah, I genuinely did not know it was a thing, and now that I do, I'm like, it is one of the first things that I'm going to bring up with his paediatrician when I see his paediatrician next, which hopefully, well, should be soon with this bloody corona virus. Who knows? She'll be video calling me or something probably, because we're at a huge point, obviously, where we're waiting for him on a pathway referral to come back and all those kind of things, and then everything's going to be on a bloody shutdown. And who knows when we'll ever get seen by any of these professionals. But yeah, it's a huge thing, and I'm definitely going to talk to his teacher about it before and see whether his teachers ever heard of it, because obviously in school as well they but they're very aware of the ways that they have to speak to him, because because of his reaction to things being so magnified and so disproportionate. So yeah, another thing for me to do some research on, find out more about, but I just wanted to jump on and see whether anybody else has ever heard of it, has any experience of it. If you do, drop me a message, because yeah, it's something that I need to find out obviously more about.